There's a font for every type of business out there, and I'm gonna show you how to use one to get your brand message across in just 2 seconds without overthinking it. We're gonna try an experiment. Follow me. Quick, what does this font say to you?
Bold and confident.
Yeah? What does this font say to you?
Folio. I'm go with clean.
Clean?
Go for like professional.
I think they got it. What does this font say to you? Creative? What does this font say to you?
Personal.
So I don't know if I'd call that successful, but I think you understand what we're trying to say. At Taylor Brands, we help people start their business and look professional online in just a few clicks. And today we're gonna talk about how to choose the right logo font for your brand. So the easiest way to learn about picking the right font is to talk font families. There are 4 main font families you have to know, and each comes with their own set of personality traits. Serifs. At a dinner party, this family would probably be talking about literature and culture and other like highbrow things. Serifs are those fonts with the little feet at the edges. They're a timeless, traditional font family whose fonts appear sophisticated, authoritative, and respectable. Think brands like Zara, Tiffany & Co., Vogue, and Harper's Bazaar. Times New Roman is a heavy hitter in this font family. Sans serifs. This family is much more down to earth, always trying to do new things and have the coolest new gadgets. They would have a really modern house, probably with smart technology, and it's tidy and neat inside. In other words, sans serifs are seen as simple yet innovative. They're forward thinkers and down to earth. It's a very clean font family that looks particularly good on digital screens. So if you've ever used Helvetica to write something on a Word document, then you've used a sans serif. Think brands like Jeep, Target, Microsoft, Airbnb, LinkedIn. Scripts. These guys would walk right up to you and introduce themselves. They'd be getting real personal, but with an elegant twist, leaving rooms with a flourish. Scripts or cursives mostly mimic personal signatures, which is why they're a great option for brands who have a face, like photographers or coaches, or just those who want to add that like personal touch, like family-owned brands. Some big brands that use script fonts are Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, Johnson & Johnson. Decorative. No one in this family looks exactly the same. They're a loud, bold, fun, entertaining bunch, and they emphasize originality and creativity. These fonts are usually splashy and have thicker lettering, and they look great on logos with short business names. Just be aware if you use these kind of font that sometimes these fonts can go out of style if their design is too niche. So think brands like Toys R Us, Fanta, and Lego. Okay, so now that you know what the different font families are, it's time to pick the font that's best suited to represent your brand. But don't overthink it. Start by choosing a font family that is closest to your message, and then browse through just a few of the fonts in that family to get an idea of what you like. There are also a few rules of thumb to help you narrow it down. 1. Look at your niche. Do you see other brands that are similar to yours or brands you want to emulate showing similar font patterns? Notice the similarities and see if their font type makes sense for your brand. 2, make sure it's readable. You can have the coolest font in the world, but if no one can understand what brand it represents, then it's not doing its job. Check that you can read it in small or big. 3, don't use more than 2 fonts in your logo. I can't stress this enough. We always see business owners trying to cram as many fonts as they can into their logo, and it really confuses the message that they're trying to get across to customers. 4, if you do pair fonts, make sure they have contrast but keep the same mood. That basically means you should be able to distinguish between the 2 of them from a glance, but they should support your original brand message. If you have a tagline and want to separate it from your logo, try pairing a serif and sans serif together. Those usually pair really well. All of this is just to say, don't overthink it. Your font is an important part of your logo, but it's not as important as sending the right message with your brand. First, make sure you have a super clear idea of what that is, that your message aligns with the products or services you offer, and then select the font family that best represents that message, only then choosing a font that speaks to you. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any other questions about how to get your business up and running, we'd love to make that video for you next. Go ahead and drop your questions in the comments and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.